That was Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark with some classic electro rock from their album Architecture and Morality. Two subjects I'm sure we could discuss all night. Indeed, the lines are open.
Sort of a, what's the word? Sort of brutalist architecture, social housing from the 50s, I think. It's weird sort of working class cosplay. I went there once, it was quite nice. I just sure how I felt about it really. A bit of a weird kind of concept. At least the roads are nice and empty. I looked on the kind of the heat map for Deliveroo and it said that most places were not busy, which I suppose is not unexpected. But it did say there was one area which was moderate, which is a place I'm going to head to now. There's a lot of kind of cafes there, breakfast cafes, etc. And we'll see whether that yields any decent orders. If not, then I'll just bugger off home. I'm also kind of curious to see if there are fewer delivery drivers out at the moment, just because it is Ramadan. Obviously, a good number of the delivery riders and drivers are Muslim. And whether during this period they don't come out so much, at least during the day, they might come out later in the evening or whatever, but they might be sleeping at the moment after breakfast. Oh, I think I've got an order coming in from Asda. I caught it at the last minute, so I think I have to turn around. Alright, well I've taken the order from Asda. I wasn't really paying attention to the screen because I was chatting away and didn't really see much information about it because it was just about to disappear. So I just quickly accepted it, and I saw it was about $3.50 or something. The only problem is I don't know how far it's going, so this could be a mistake. But we'll go and we'll see. Like I said, I'm not going to be too choosy this early in the morning. I'm really not sure how many orders I'm going to get at all. So if I just take pretty much what I'm given, then we'll see how much it's possible to make. Oh, now I'm getting another order in from Ubereats. Can't really take that at the moment, but that was a Waitrose order for £4 for 4 miles, which is not great. So we'll ignore that anyhow. But I will kind of leave Uber on, because normally I turn off whichever one I'm using at that moment, whichever delivery I'm doing. If I'm doing like a Deliveroo order, then I'll turn off Uber Eats. If I'm doing Uber Eats, I'll turn off Deliveroo. But I'll kind of leave them on just to get an idea of how many orders you can get at this time. A lot of joggers out this morning. To admire the fortitude of being able to get up this early and go out running. I think my jogging extends to sort of jogging to the kitchen to make coffee, jogging to the sofa to lie down and doom scroll on my phone for a bit, and then jogging down to the bakery to get a croissant. Okay, there's another order. Which one's that? Budgeons. Okay. So yeah, orders are coming in, certainly, which is a good sign. A lot of them seem to be sort of supermarket orders. Entering a suburb called Walkley. Famous for having one of the steepest streets in the UK. It's called Blake Street. Not sure what else it's famous for. If I find anything out, I'll put it up on the screen. I don't know, that order's going off. What's that? Bakery order. Alright, it's starting to get my nerves now, so I'm going to turn off Uber Eats. They've convinced me there are orders, even though most of them are terrible. Morning, my dear, how are you? Do you have 8130? 8130? Is it that one? Oh. I just have to scan this. I think I do. Oh no, I don't. Thank you, my dear. Have a great day. Alright. Let's get off this one. Just had a quick look. Clearly this was a bit of a mistake, this one, because we are now going another 3.5 miles for a £3 order, which, given that I had to travel 1 to 2 miles to actually get to that place, means this is turning out to be like a 4 or 5 mile order for £3 something, which is awful. But there we go. That's my own fault for committing to it and clicking the button before really looking at what it was. Live and learn, live and learn. It cuts across the sort of centre of the city, which is quite interesting. I do enjoy driving down these kind of terrace streets in Sheffield. There's, you know, it does feel like you're in a sort of a 1960s BBC kitchen sink drama at times. And growing up in the south of England, as I did, we don't really have those kinds of streets so much. So it's a very different kind of feel and look to where I was born in the UK. Alright, coming through a place called, I think this bit's called Neepsend, but leads into a place called Kelham Island, or Neepsend and Kelham Island. This is one of the sort of the trendier places in Sheffield. I know it doesn't look at it from the outset, but all these sort of industrial warehouses, a lot of them have been turned into kind of trendy bars and flats and restaurants. It's all kind of artisanal, you know, bakeries, and I know you're not probably getting this from the bit we're going through at the moment, but trust me, it is. So there you go, welcome to Neepsend. They have a weird bar there, which is, I think it's called the Neepsend Social Club, which is clearly kind of a trendy hipster bar, but all weirdly done out as a kind of a working men's club with sort of the decor and the seating and the bar and everything. It's a very odd, it's weird sort of working class cosplay. I went there once, it was quite nice. I just sure how I felt about it, really. A bit of a weird kind of concept, but food's quite nice though. But yeah, it felt, I mean, I think they were trying to honour, you know, working men's clubs. It just felt a weird way to do it. You know, and there is a certain irony that, you know, coming back to that working men's club place, this is the city that gave us Pulp and the song Common People, which is a song about rich people pretending to be working class, or sort of play acting as being working class because they think it's cool. Didn't feel far off that in there. I think the other day, a couple of weeks ago, there was a hostage situation at one of these flats on the blocks of flats on the left here, I think. Lasted several days and closed down a big chunk of the city. Some guys holed up in one of the sort of apartments high up there and was supposed to have weapons and pipe bombs and God knows what else. I'm not sure if he actually did, but anyhow. There was just loads of police hanging around. They sort of evacuated the area and all the residences had to be evacuated out. I think we're going to, which I don't think I've ever been to before, is the Park Hill Flats. You can probably see them up there, those sort of colourful apartments. And this was a sort of a, what's the word, sort of brutalist architecture, social housing from the 50s, I think. You can see some of them are all done up nicely because they've all got kind of renovated so that, you know, people could buy them for themselves. Again, quite sort of gentrified places. And then on this part, these are still the ones that haven't been renovated. Not sure, and maybe they ran out of money or something, I don't know. You can see this is what it used to look like back in the day, 50s, 60s. And for a while it was this sort of utopian dream of people living together in a community. It's all wide walkways and sort of social areas. And apparently it was a great place to live for a long time. But then, you know, in the 80s and stuff, it you know, the crime rose and drugs rose and things like that, and in the end they shut them down. And they're closed for ages, and it's only in the last few years that they, you know, they were, some private company came in, renovated them, and now available for people to buy. I think they're quite expensive because they've got this kind of historical significance, and they sort of right in the centre of the city, and they overlook the city, and so yeah, it's an interesting part of sort of Sheffield's history. Oh, there we go. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm not bad, how are you?
There you go. Have you got your code?
Yeah, 4-1.
4-1. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye. All right, that's that first one done. It was a bit better than I thought. Again, hastily took the order. Couldn't even read the amount properly. Turns out it was actually about £5 for, in the end, about 5 miles. So it was slightly better than I thought. But so here we are. This is. I'm going to head towards the centre where I know there's a McDonald's not far from here. You've got the beautiful Norfolk Park over there. You can see the gates to it there. It's a lovely park. Worth coming to. If you're ever in Sheffield. On the left here, that's the All Saints Catholic High School. Sadly, a few weeks ago there was a boy killed there in a stabbing incident. It's pretty shocking. Alright, I got an order from McDonald's. Thanks, yeah.
Hi mate,
Huh? 6B35F, yeah, that's the one.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry. Alright, let's get off to this one. It's a very short order, going less than a mile for £3. Be heading into the city centre. I think this looks like a sort of a student residence here. Alright mate, get right up my arse. Good morning. Is this a McDonald's you're waiting for? Excellent. There you go. Have a great morning. Bye. Well, that one's done. And so far we've earned a truly astonishing £8 for about 50-55 minutes work, which is not fantastic, but I've been riding around a bit trying to kind of prompt the apps to send me something. People always say it's better to be sort of on the move than be static, so... Oh, here we go, is an order. Okay, I'll take it. It's a order from the co-op. Just up this road. So yeah, if you ever come to Sheffield, a really good road to come to. Ecclesall got loads of really good bars and restaurants. That one there on the left, Zap Thai. It's a really nice sort of Thai street food restaurant. Some other posher restaurants which I've never been to because I can't afford them. That Greek grill's nice. People are not very friendly in there. who work there, but food's nice. It's 5869F. Is it just that one? Thank you, sir. Alright, let's get off to this one. This is a nice quick one as well. Just less than a mile for about £3. Coming down to a place called Hunter's Bar. I think this used to be like a toll booth back in the day. Hope you're impressed by this semi-superficial, semi-deep historical background I'm giving to all this. I realised in some of my earlier videos, I had to up my history game a little bit, just because a lot of the earlier ones I was just saying, I think this building's probably important. But I didn't know anything about it. Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses, they're everywhere in Sheffield. Not sure if this is true everywhere in the country, but they really do have their little sort of hunting grounds at various points throughout the city, and quite a few of them. Is that true where you are? Maybe Sheffield is a particularly fertile ground for religious conversion. Though I never really see anyone actually talking to them. Feels a bit of a thankless task. I suppose if you're that fervent in your beliefs, you'll just do it regardless. I suppose if they just find one person who's interested, that's probably enough. I'm not sure I just want to spend my whole day just sort of sat outside a park or whatever, waiting for people to show some vague interest. Oh yeah, I can do that one straight after. There's a Costa coming in as well. Oh, I'll go and do that. That's not far. Let's just park here. Oh, old man I am. Alright mate, how are you? There you go. Looks like you just woke up. Have a good one. Bye. Alright, let's get off to this next one. This is a order from Costa Coffee. Again, just round the corner. And then again, going probably another mile or so to the customer. Oh, more Jehovah's Witnesses there. They are out in force today. Alright, let's get off to this one. This is going about 1.5 miles for £3. I think I'm expecting more orders from sort of Costa and Starbucks, but that's the first one today. It's too expensive, I think, coffees these days. It's just so much cheaper to make it at home, I think. You can get one of those decent sort of little machines, or an espresso or whatever, and it's probably not quite the same as having it from a coffee shop, but it's close enough that the £3-4 difference you're paying is you're willing to put up with that slightly inferior coffee. Good morning. Oi. There we go. Thank you. Have a great day. Alright, that one's done. Just had a quick look. I've made about I'd say about, what, 15 quid. Been out hour 20. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but you would certainly earn more later in the day on a Saturday or a Sunday, sort of early afternoon, obviously evenings as well. So, but if it's the only time you can go out in the mornings, then you can do it. Also wondering, maybe on like a Saturday and Sunday you need to go out just a little bit later, because if you are trying to catch the hangover crowd, I don't think they're getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning. They're probably looking at 10, 11 before they surface. Maybe in weekdays where people have got to go to work and stuff, then you can maybe go out a bit earlier. I'll test that out one day. I'll go out very early on a weekday and see whether there's much happening there.